is Friday, the 10th day of Rajab, the seventh month of the Islamic calendar, 1446 years after the hijrah of our noble messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Mecca to Medina. The 10th day of January 2025 of the Western calendar, we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all our good deeds and forgive all our shortcomings and transgressions. Previously, we have been discussing about the pillars of Iman. The last pillar we read or we talked about was the fifth pillar of Iman, that is the fifth principle of Iman, and that is to believe in the last day. Last week, we discussed about the condolence greetings to our brother we lost, the vice chairman of Wuye Muslim Community Association, Alhaji Engineer Abdullahi Ishaqa, who died a few weeks ago. And it took us away from this continuous discussion of the signs of the Day of Judgment we started 2 weeks ago. Now, the continuation of the signs of the Day of Judgment, as mentioned in some of Ahadith and the verses of the glorious Quran. Now, the messenger mentioned the prevalence of zina as one of the signs of the Day of Judgment, that zina will become rampant, it will become a tradition to the people, a norms and tradition of the people. When you see that, then the Day of Judgment is by the doorstep. Defrauding the scale has been mentioned in that hadith. Then denial of zakah, not giving out zakah in the way Islam asks the ummah to pay zakah, is one of the signs of the Day of Judgment. We have the richest man, not in Nigeria, but in Africa, but the state he came from are sufferings more than any other state, are having, more beggars than any other state. And there are a like of him, the likes of him in that state and in Nigeria among the Muslim ummah. That shows that zakah is not being paid properly. Then breaking the covenant of Allah, not worshiping Allah in the manner that Allah asked us to do, is one of the signs of the Day of Judgment mentioned in one hadith of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. Malpracticing the glorious Quran, that the Quran will not be practiced. The teachings of the Quran will not be practicalized by the people, but rather will surah the Quran behind our backs, is one of the signs of the Day of Judgment. Today we read the Quran melodiously, but practicalization of the teachings of the Quran is not there. Then another sign mentioned by the Messenger of Allah is group discussion in masajid. You see people converging in masajid to discuss issues that are irresponsible issues. They will be having discussion in the mosque, in the masajid, even after prayer. Some of them, the imam, they will be, in haste to finish the prayer, but after the prayer, they will be grouping themselves to be discussing issues that are not relevant to the religion. It's one of the signs of the Day of Judgment. The messenger mentioned, you see a group of people discussing in masajid. You shouldn't join their company. Don't join their company. Don't eat with them. Don't drink with them. Don't marry from them, and don't get married. Don't give your daughters in marriage to such kind of the people. These are the worst kind of people among the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Taking away the knowledge is one of the signs of the Day of Judgment. It's not by taking away the knowledge completely, but taking away, the scholars, by taking the lives of the scholars, leaving behind people who are ignorant to lead the people as far as religion is concerned. And how I wish the messenger has seen the social media. Today, the social media has become a platform in which every ignorant person can become a malam by saying whatever he wishes, not having the knowledge of, and picking the knowledge from either other people, becoming like an aku, so to say. Then abusing the predecessors by abusing people like Imam Malik and other people. Among the predecessors, the scholars of all our predecessors, is one of the signs of the Day of Judgment. Rampant killings with no justification is one of the signs of the Day of Judgment. Love for celebrities, which are being loved more than I mean, those that are responsible and righteous people. Now you can see it from yourself and from myself. We know what the messenger is talking about has become a sign, a greater sign that we can see today. Materialism and hatred for death is one of the day, in one of the signs of the day of judgment. That people become materialistic, that they love the world and they hate to die in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Breaking of the splitting of the moon is one of the signs of the day of judgment mentioned by the glorious Quran. Then, turning upside down for the slaves to become the masters of their parents or the masters of their masters. That is for the children to become the masters of their houses, of their fathers, is one of the day, signs of the day of judgment. Competing in building tall, mansions and houses is one of the signs mentioned in the hadith of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, until you see people competing in building mansions, and you can see it in Abuja. We don't need to tell you this sign has become wide open. Then trust will be neglected. People will never fulfill their trust and their promises. Then uh, women multiplication of number of, of women is one of the signs of the day of judgment. That the women will now outnumber the number of men is one of the signs mentioned by the messenger alayhi salatu, that each man will have about 50 women waiting for his help. And this is what we are seeing today. The nudity, the people, the women will be going out naked or half naked is one of the signs of the day of judgment. And you can trust me that, yes, it has become something that we don't need to tell ourselves. This is a sign of the day of judgment. Disunity among the ummah is one of the signs mentioned by the messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam. Then time running. You will see time fast tracking. Just like yesterday, we mentioned that we send our condolences to our brother, and today is a week. The messenger said a year will become like a month, and a month will be like a week, and a week will be like an hour, a day, and a day turns to be an hour becomes a minute, and a minute becomes a second. It's on the day, a sign of the day of judgment. The women leadership, that women will become leaders, is one of the signs of the day of judgment. Then people will be proud of masajids, that our masajid, our masjid, our mosque is better than your own. Our imam is better than your imam. And Allah does look at the beauty of that masjid. Our masjid today, you cannot compare the beauty of our masjid today with the beauty of the masjid of the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. But that masjid is spearheading the whole world as far as Islam is concerned. So it doesn't matter what the looks of the masjid, but Allah is more concerned with the beauty of the hearts of the people. But the hearts are not beautiful today despite the beauty of their masajid. And people are being proud of having more beautiful masajid than others. It's one of the signs of the day of judgment. لا تقوم الساعة حتى يتباهى الناس بالمساجد. Now, another is ascocks, that there's going to be a lot of ascocks, and that will be happening around the globe. Is one of the signs of the day of judgment. Then rampant divorce, the marriage divorce become part of the people. A wife is being divorced after a week after marriage. Even some of them 2 hours after marriage. There is even another one. That very instant that the marriage was conducted, the husband divorced the wife. So it's one of the signs of the day of judgment. Worshipping money is one of the signs of the day of judgment. The messenger mentioned that in the last time, in the last hour, the people are going to worship money. And I know you know what the messenger means. I always say, if our ATM machines will be giving out money, when you prostrate to them and say ATM Akbar, wallahi, people will line up there and they will be prostrating for money to come out after seeing ATM Akbar. And they will have more people than the Masajid. That is one of the signs of the day of the minor signs, so to say, of the day of judgment. Worshipping money. People are worshipping money. They don't care where you get the money from. Their own concern is give us money. Money, money, money. Where you come from money? Where are you going? Money, money, money. So this is one of the signs of the day of judgment. Then envy and hatred between brothers is one of the signs of the day of judgment. Them preferring wives to parents, or children to parents, is one of the signs of the day of judgment. Today we prefer our wives and children to our parents, particularly the Bukoists, I mean the elites. They prefer their wives and children to their parents. This is one of the signs of the day of judgment. You see a person is even asking his wife, what do I give my mother? Tsintattan magi, meow meow, sai shan madara. So remember that mother that you left in the village, she is the source of being what you are. But today, you don't care about her. You care about this mini magi, this cat that you found on the street. I'm forgetting about your source. That is your mother, and you prefer the wife to your mother. The messenger mentioned that whosoever prefers his wife to his mother, then such a person will never smell the scent of Jannah. May Allah protect our iman. The treasure of a country, of a community will become, I mean, will become the ownership of that treasure will be to certain few number of people. That is to say, the treasure of a country is owned by few among the people, and you can see it today. The Nigerian elites, which are not up to 1 million, they are owning, they have accumulated the whole wealth of the nation, leaving people in abject poverty. It's one of the signs of the day of judgment. Disobedience to parents, mentioned by the messenger, is one of the signs of the day of judgment. Intoxication, not only taking alcohol, but any kind of intoxicant that will change the akal, that is will turn your sensation upside down, is called intoxication. Due to time constraints, we don't have enough time to bring all these minor signs of the day of judgment, but inshallah, maybe next week we are going to talk about the major signs. Then we continue with the next and the last pillar of Iman, and that is to believe in the destiny. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our Iman. May Allah make it easy for us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.